it all the way over here. Wow. I thought I heard something. Interesting. I think I think they're all Jake. Shot the one with the 6-inch beard that I thought was a 2-year-old Tom. He has a Jake tail. He has that notorious hump with the 2 longer feathers in the tail that signifies it being a Jake. But that's a super Jake. That's a big. That Jake grew some beard, man. I mean, supposedly male turkey grow their beards like they grow like 2.5 to 3 inches a year. Their beards. So if the calculations are right, if that's true, and this is a Jake by the tail. I mean, it's small, tiny body, not much meat on his breast. He has the Jake tail, but he's got a 6-inch beard. But if you do the math, doesn't that make him 2 years old? But I don't know. I don't know how true that is. I just saw on social media the other day that where people were asking others if that's true, that the males grow, 2.5, 3 inches a year on their beard. I don't know how true that is, really. Yeah, because this Jake threw me for a loop. I pick him up, he has a 6-inch beard. That's usually a 2-year-old, at least a 2-year-old Tom, isn't it? But I've also heard that 2-year-old is still pretty much a Jake. They're still a juvenile. And they definitely travel in their groups still at 2 years old. I've noticed that like 3, 4, 5-year-old Toms are usually the loners. They like to travel by themselves and group up their harem of hens. They like to hen up, and they're notorious for fighting off the subordinates, the younger Toms, so they can take over the hens. But yeah, that's a super Jake, man. A Jake tail, but a 2-year-old Tom beard. Yeah, so if you're watching this, won't you please leave your comments below telling me what you think about beard growth on mature Toms. Let me know if you believe that they grow 2.5, 3 inches a year. Or if you're actually an expert and you already know the truth. Won't you please share in the comments below? I'd love to hear from you guys. Yeah, please add 6-inch beard. Nice young gobbler here. Yeah, we'll fan him out here. Yeah, we got ourselves about a 6-inch beard on the Super Jake. I can't believe this is Jake. I didn't initially plan on hunting here. Plan A was a bust because I drive in, I see a red pickup truck. I'm like, well, this is a big, large area. There's plenty of room here for another hunter. So I keep driving on to a different spot. There's a black pickup truck parked there. So there were hunters in my plan A location. I go to plan B, and there's an orange Jeep parked there in the gravel pit, and a hen decoy with a e-collar sitting next to it out in the field. I had to turn around and beeline it out of there. So plan A and plan B were a bust. There were already hunters there. So this was plan C, this location. I got here late. It was like 5:45 when I parked, and it was after 6 a.m. when I actually got the blind out here and all set up. And then I went back to the truck to grab my shotgun and the camera equipment and decoys and everything to come in to set up and hunt. And I jumped two jakes coming in. I spooked them off, and they come in. They went down behind me here, behind the blind, did a wide circle around out here to my left, out here in front of me where I'm looking. They ended up being to the left of my blind over here. And I do some calling, and I quickly get a response. I hear 2 or 3 gobble right out here. They were close. They were within 30 yards when they first gobbled. And I waited a while. I'm like, oh, they're right there. They're coming. So I shut right up. I don't call anymore. And I waited out, and then nothing. I keep looking out the window here. Out here, I don't see them or hear them. So I call again, and then they don't respond. They didn't respond when I called 2 more times. So I just remained quiet and patient, just waiting, hoping that they'd show up. Still nothing. So I call again, and I got a response. This time they were closer. They closed the distance like 10 yards. They ended up being only like 20 yards away to the left of this blind here. They were right there. I look out the blind window and I could see them. I could see them feeding and milling around right here, 20 yards away. They were in bow range the whole time. But they took their sweet old time coming in. They were extremely nervous. They come in very cautiously, and they come out right in front of the blind here, about 15, 20 yards away. And they were still acting extremely nervous. They knew something wasn't quite right. And I kept telling myself, like, where are they going? I'm thinking, and they look nervous. They look like they're gonna turn around, beeline it out of here. So I quickly get the bead on them, and I drop one before they take off. And that happened to be this super jake here with a 6-inch beard.